Is the cryptocurrency bottom in? Is the bottom in for Bitcoin and altcoins? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you multiple different reasons why I think that the bottom could potentially be in. And it's not just me who is thinking this. So thank you so much for being here. We are now live. A big shout out to the paratroopers who got here early and who are also smashing the like button, clicking the subscribe button, and hitting that notification bell. Because when you do this, this is where you're going to literally be able to be one of the first ones in the chat. And I wanted to reward those who were here. Abess, thank you so much for being here. Matt, is it Kosik, Rosa, Hans, Crypto Busy, thank you so much for being here early. Smash up that like button. Let's get to over 100 likes. We're at 18 so far. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into today's live stream. Bitcoin is coming in at $20,550 at the time of this recording. But before we go any further, a big shout out to crypto.com for sponsoring today's live stream. Get your Jade Green card or this blue card absolutely free. The Midnight Blue is absolutely free. All you need to do is click the links down below in the description. It is a referral link. I am an ambassador with crypto.com. However, you get $25 absolutely free if you are a new user in CRO tokens. And also, the Crypto Midnight Blue card is also free if you want to actually take your cryptocurrency, spend it, pay it, do all that kind of fun stuff. More on crypto.com later in today's stream. But let me share with you where we're at right now in the market and why the bottom could potentially be in right now as I am streaming. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is sitting at a 9, and yesterday it was sitting at a 7. I think the lowest it has ever gone, if you click on the max chart here, was all the way back here at a 6 or a 5. I think you can hover over this here. All the way back in August, was that like a 6 or a 5? Okay, I don't know why it's not showing it. There it is, a 5. So, and if you look back all the way in August 2019, we were very close to a bottom, I do believe. In fact, all the way down here in March 2020, the fear was at a 10 or a 12. This was when we had the COVID drop all the way around to $3,000 to $4,000 a Bitcoin. So, are we also in altcoin season? Because I know a lot of you are here for the altcoins. Not yet. We're still, according to our chart, in Bitcoin season. But again, this is where the gains are potentially made because it's buy low, sell high in cryptocurrency. But is it too risky to be buying altcoins right now, Joe? Is the bottom in? Should we be going all in on crypto? Let's answer those questions. Well, right now, according to Yahoo Finance, there are still people predicting that Bitcoin's going to go lower. In fact, I would say a majority of those out there right now who are into crypto think that we're going to go lower. In fact, it says Bitcoin, we're projecting probably around $14,000 to be the bottom by November, says crypto experts. And BitBoy Crypto, big shout out to Ben and the Bit Squad. If you are a Bit Squad member, shout out to you. I am on Around the Blockchain almost on a weekly basis, so sincerely grateful and appreciative to be on that show, sharing with you my crypto insights as well as some hidden altcoin gems and news. But everyone is predicting this 14,000. In fact, here's another article by Cointelegraph saying Bitcoin whale support line is up, but trader says that 14,000 is the quote-unquote most bearish Bitcoin price target. And there's some evidence that certainly could lead us to 14,000. And a lot of these traders are saying data from Cointelegraph dipping to 20,200 on Bitstamp and rebounding to $1,200 for Ethereum. And we have seen that kind of happening in the last few days. But I want to make an argument here as to why we may not actually go to $14,000 and why maybe the bottom is actually in. And I want to share with you why people are predicting 14,000. So please do understand it could happen, right? Just like Bitcoin could have went to 100,000 this last year or two, but it didn't. So please do understand that nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows for sure. But if you take a look at the charts here, we're already back at literal all-time highs approximately, and we have never in the history of Bitcoin gone back to a previous all-time high or below ever. And I want you to understand too, if you bought and held Bitcoin for more than 4 years, you have never, and I mean never, in its history, lost money. Will that be changing as things move forward? Let me know down below in the comments. But the reason why people are saying we're going to drop down to this $14,000, $15,000 mark here is because we have some support there. Okay, so you can see here we have a lot of support right around 10,000, and we have a lot of support right around 11, 12, 13, 14 in this area. Now, we also have altcoins, right? XRP. I haven't talked about XRP in a while, but there's some technical breakdowns boosting a chance of another 40% drop by July. Why is everybody so bearish? Joe, I thought the bottom was in. Well, the thing is that there's still so much unknown and there's so much fear, but that's typically when people absolutely go overboard with the fear and also being too bearish. Just like everybody gets too bullish saying we're going to 100,000, the bears get too bearish saying we're going all the way to 14,000 or XRP is going all the way to 10 cents. And then it ultimately never reaches that. I want to share with you this because if you take a look at the max chart here of Bitcoin, if this will load up for us, you'll see that people back here at 3,000 in December were saying it's going to 1,700. And guess what? It never did. Now, I remember back here, everyone was thinking, oh, it's over. Bitcoin is gone for sure. Crypto completely is never going to make it. And yet this was the ultimate time. And this was the actual bottom right here, December 15th, 2018. So I wanted to just give you some real information here and show you that there's also buyers still in the market defending $20,000. In fact, big shout out to Lark Davis. He's another YouTuber. He says, buyers stepped in just over $20,000 for Bitcoin. This candle could represent short-term, at least, a stop of the bleeding. And absolutely. And I want to share with you even more data about why the bleeding has stopped. If you take a look at this article from FX Street, you can see the Bitcoin price and historic significance. And right now we are sitting on the 200-week moving average. In fact, every single time Bitcoin has gone right on this line, it has bounced each and every time. And this marked a bottom all the way back here in 2019 and 2018, marked a bottom again in 2020. And we're sitting right on this line yet again. And so, is this the bottom? Well, before we get into even more questions with that, I wanted to share with you, if you want to learn more, absolutely free, make sure to check out my website, joeparys.com. Click on the free training here because I share with you how I made $250,000 in altcoins because I understood the game to be played. And also, there's a secret game to be played that we'll talk about here in just a second. Also, if you want to be a VIP paratrooper, click the link down below. The course is sitting at a massive 75% bear market discount. And many of my students, even in the last couple of weeks, got into new pre-sales. ICOs have done incredibly well, recovered their profits, and are now sitting in pure profit. If you want to sit in pure profit and have moon bags like crazy and not have to worry about DCAing and whether or not the crypto market is crashing because you're just so far ahead of the game and you are in just massive profits, the course is certainly for you. I teach you how I have literally tons of cryptocurrency coins absolutely free, and if they go up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter to me because I have a zero cost basis on this. This is the ultimate game to play with crypto. Click the link down below if you are interested. Also, make sure to check me out over on my only Instagram, Joe Parys. Also, my only verified Twitter, @JoeParys. Make sure to click the bell so that you have more information ready for you. Also, make sure to follow, click the like button, and let's smash up that like button. We got over 400 people here. We're going to get to the chat here in just a second. Also, we are getting a lot more likes. Thank you all so much for the likes. We got 100 likes. Let's get to 200 likes on this stream. You can see here right now, 112 likes. Thank you all for being here. I know this was definitely a spontaneous stream, but let's get into the rest of why I think it could potentially be the bottom. Well, we do have some YouTubers going against the grain saying, yes, it is time to buy. Alex Becker, one of the biggest cryptocurrency influencers at this time, 1.3 million subscribers. He, again, is not a technical analysis guy. He is more of just somebody who looks at the market, the overall conditions, and also goes with his gut and has gut feel. And he's actually done a very good job, in my opinion. You can go back and look at his calls of calling the tops and the bottoms of things. And he's basically coming out and saying he's buying millions of cryptocurrency. And in all transparency, I truly do lean more towards that, yes, this is the right decision, even if we don't time the bottom perfectly. We also have Chris from Crypto saying, I'm selling everything, but it's not what you think. He's selling his McLaren. He's selling a bunch of other material things to buy Bitcoin. That's right, to buy Bitcoin, basically going all in on Bitcoin. We also have other influencers like the Moon Carl saying, I just bought 1,000 Ethereum, which was worth $1 million. And we also have Crypto Crew University coming out with a video today saying, warning, Bitcoin is about to flash a major signal for the first time since the 2018 bottom. And if you take a look at this death cross, this marked the bottom of virtually every single time Bitcoin went all the way down, and that marked the bottom. And what I really do like and appreciate about Crypto Crew University is that he just shows you the facts in the charts. So it's really important that he's even saying here, again, just using this as another example, this could be our market bottom. There's enough evidence that this could be it. And he also shares that there's a lot of new traders that the biggest mistake that they make is that they sit on their hands, okay? And in a video that he made back in March, he said that this was our golden zone. Every single time Bitcoin goes into the golden zone, it is a golden opportunity. In fact, he says right here in this golden zone, this is the time to buy. And he was sharing that we were dipping into the golden zone right around $35,000 to $33,000. Well, now we are deep in the golden zone, so deep in the golden zone that yes, we are having a lot of people coming out saying the bottom potentially is in. So let me know down below in the comments, do you think the bottom is in? What is going to happen with crypto and all of these other altcoins? If I'm being honest with each and every one of you, whether Bitcoin does go to 13,000, 12,000, 10,000, whether it does go there or not within the next couple of months, I believe personally, if you look at the risk reward right now, you are basically getting to play the game of cryptocurrency all the way back when a lot of us were playing it a few years ago. You're getting an entire reset. So if you missed out on crypto or you ended up buying in the bull market when it's ultimately the riskiest, and you're definitely down in some of your, profits here, the biggest mistake that I personally have ever made in cryptocurrency was in 2018 selling the bottom. This was me capitulating all the way back down here when Bitcoin was down here. All the altcoins were basically minus 98, 97%. I sold the bottom. Now, what did I sell the bottom on? A cryptocurrency called Steam. And I want to share with you this because this is exactly what happened. In fact, today, if I wouldn't have sold the bottom, I would have had twice as much money, even with the current market conditions. So if you take a look at the chart, I was up here buying Steam at $1, $2. I even bought it even back here right around before it had its massive blow off top. And then we had this massive bear market where Steam went all the way as low as like 13 cents. I remember this because I was down here selling the bottom for quite a while. Well, then you can see here, Steam had a nice move all the way back to $1.40. In fact, I would have been in massive profits because I bought Steam around 60 cents, $1, $1.40 if I just would have held on 4 years later. And I'm sharing this story with you to prove a point that, number one, I've made all the mistakes before. I've been the person doing the exact opposite of what you should be doing, which is selling the bottom and buying the tops. So because I've gone through these experiences, I truly do want to share this with you. And if you really are getting value out of this, please do smash up that like button, share this with friends and family, because I do truly believe that cryptocurrency is not going anywhere anytime soon. So let's get into the chat here and the Q&A. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Let me just go in here and let's take a look at the chat. Ronald said Joe is so smart. Thanks again, Ronald. I really appreciate it. But no, I am not, the sharpest tool in the shed. I just have done this before. And I think experience is absolutely essential when it comes to cryptocurrency. You see, if you were to, there was somebody that made a really good point. They said, if you had to have surgery and you had to go to a doctor's office, and, would you want a doctor who has maybe not even gone through schooling and maybe they've just read the book? Well, no, you probably wouldn't want that doctor compared to another doctor who's maybe been a doctor and done 10,000 surgeries, and that doctor has been doing and practicing for the last 10 years. You'd obviously pick the doctor who has more experience. Well, look, I'm not going to say that I have the most experience in cryptocurrency. Absolutely not. Do I have more experience than a lot of other people? Have I been a YouTuber here with cryptocurrency for over a year, buying, selling, trading just in the market like each and every one of you? Absolutely. And that right there can help share with you from my own personal experience, watching my portfolio evaporate, watching all of this, so that you don't do the same mistakes that I've made, because I've already made them for you, okay? Don't make the mistakes that I've made. So let's get into some more, not clickbait, but clickbait. Yeah, look, for as much as I have fun with the cryptocurrency and the videos here, I don't think this is clickbait. I think there's a legitimate chance that Bitcoin could be bottoming here right at 20,000. I mean, this could certainly be it. Could it go a little bit lower? Sure, of course, right? Like, that's not the point. The point is, though, is that this is looking like we're potentially really at a bottom at this time. What other questions and comments? This dude should have 0 comments or 0 subs. He's the worst. I mean, look, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? And I understand that a lot of the altcoins that I've talked about on my channel are not doing very well. But also, when I was talking about them literally months or weeks ago, they were flying off the shelves. So what I want you to understand about this market, and this is a really good point that somebody said that, like, oh, I should have 0 subs, this guy's the worst. Timing is everything in crypto, right? So let me just share this with you. We'll use Bitcoin as an example because it's a good example to use. You could have been talking about Bitcoin at 50, 60,000, saying it's going to go to 100,000. And legitimately, when we were in these areas, it felt like we could potentially go there. But now that the market's crashed, is this YouTuber or somebody who talked about Bitcoin at 50,000 a bad YouTuber because the market's now crashed? No, that's out of our control, right? But in the future, Bitcoin could go to 100,000. So like in 2 or 3 years, we can go, see, we were talking about it 2 years ago, remember, at 40 or 50,000, and now it's at 100,000. See? So bulls have their day, bears have their day. That's what I really want you to understand, is that you can be bullish or bearish. Everyone is going to look like a genius in the right situation. If you would have said, back here at 20,000, maybe 30,000 right here, oh, January, it's time to get out of the market. See, it looks like a hockey stick. You should sell everything. Well, you would have missed out on a bunch of these gains. But now today, you would actually be in profit. So my point is that, like, look, anyone can be right in any sort of situation. But what you're looking for is consistency. And here on this channel, I've been making videos every single day for over a year and a half. Whether they're short videos, long form videos, now live streams, I'm here working for each and every one of you. So if you do sincerely appreciate that, let's smash up that like button. We are getting close to 200 likes. Let's do it. 473 of you here in the chat. Let's get into more of the chat here. Bottom is in, 8-day moving average, about to cross 200-day moving average. Certainly, we did talk about that a little bit here in the video. Hi, Joe. What's up, guys? What's up? Well, welcome from LA, Joe, says Chris. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. He has no honor. He has no guts. He's just our Joe. I'll take that as a positive. So thanks again. Hello from Romania. Let's get into some questions. I'll scroll all the way back down. I'm not trying to not get to everybody here, but let's get into some questions here. So Alex Becker is afraid because Richard Hart is right and Bitcoin goes to 10 to that. Alex Boy will pay Richard Hart 100,000. So he is desperate. He made a bet when Bitcoin was about 50,000 or so. I mean, look, I really don't know if Alex did make a bet or not, but look, I'm going to be honest with you. He can afford to give Richard Hart $100,000, right? Like, Becker's a multimillionaire, so like that's just kind of a fun little thing for him. So look, and it could happen, right? Like, we could, again, could is the word here, do another COVID dip where we go another 50% down, and that's where we could flash down to 10,000. It could happen. I'm not saying that it cannot, but there are a lot of indicators right now saying that the bottom is potentially in as well. Let's get into more of the chat. How old are you? My birthday's actually coming up, so I'm in my 30s. We'll leave it at that. You have to check out my Instagram to know exactly how old I am. Michael says, appreciate everything you do. Really appreciate everything and all of you coming back to the channel sincerely. Thank you so much for smashing the like button. Thank you for more than 450 of you here. Really, really do appreciate it. Joe, don't you think Celsius will be liquidated? I really have no idea what's going on with Celsius. The fact that they've frozen everything, though, is not a good thing. And I know I've talked about Celsius a few times briefly. I did have some money in Celsius, not my life savings, but, you know, some. And yeah, I hope that they're able to fix the problem, if I'm being honest. I hope that they can. But, you know, truthfully, it's going to take a long time. I think it's going to take months for them to figure this out. Hopefully they allow users to withdraw slowly but surely. I think that'd be fantastic. And that way you're getting some out. So, are you from Brickle, says Miles G. No, man. So, I do a lot of traveling, and I appreciate you reaching out. I have been to Miami a lot. I was just in Brickell and was actually like looking at living in Brickell, but I don't think that I'm going to be living in Brickell anytime soon. I might come visit it. I do like Miami, but yeah, if you're in Miami or whatnot, feel free to hit me up. I do, you know, go to Miami a decent amount during the year. High Def just did a $5 super chat. Really appreciate the super chat here. My simple question is about moves. Must be getting... well, let's just see the question here. Filtered. It's not allowing me to ask it. I put in the chat. What is your question about moves exactly here, High Def? And yeah, some of these questions sometimes just won't go through, so I don't know what the deal is. We're starting to work things out. We might have some more updates with the chat. So, look, moves is an $8 million market cap right now, so let's take a look at it. And it launched like in the bear market. Right, so you can see it's sitting at 2 cents. That's 20x from the pre-sale price. And look, the thing is that look, the market cap is $8 million. That's super, super tiny. So that means that there's going to be a lot of fluctuate, like people buying and selling, and also now it just has to develop, right? So these projects need time to develop, right? But you can see it's on a lot of really good exchanges overall. Like it's on PancakeSwap, is a great decentralized exchange. A lot of other tier ones, right? You got OKX, Gate.io. Right, you got Bybit, Spot, like these are pretty good. If it gets on, you know, other exchanges, that could be big for the project. But my understanding is that like the team behind the project, which is Anon, my feel for this project is that it's not going to be one of those projects that like doesn't go anywhere anytime soon. I do think that they're in more the long run for this project, but again, it's very speculative and it's very new. So please understand that like, look, it's an $8 million market cap. So if you were to put, let's say, $100 into this, right, it'd get you 5,000 of these tokens, right? 1,000 would get you 50,000 of these tokens. So please do understand that, like, the best time to get into projects like this is in the pre-sale. And again, I teach all of this, and I've been sharing this with you all on my channel. And if you want to learn even more about how this works, like enroll in my online class. I'm sharing this with you because I walk you through step by step how to actually go about doing this. Now, there are KYC restrictions for some countries. There are some other details that you do need to know and understand. However, if you do understand this, this is where, if you take a look at the student testimonials, like students are like, this is really worth it. Yeah, it's worth it if you're able to like execute on what I'm teaching, because you enroll in the class for $500. It's lifetime access. Okay, so bull market, bear market, whatever. I'm adding new content to the class on a monthly basis. I'm in the chat as much as I can be. And the reason why I am sharing this with you is because there's a lot of people who are able to get in early to new projects, find these new projects, make insane profits. And so like this is a community of more than 3,000 other like-minded students that are like getting real results. So hopefully that kind of helps with the moves question. But yeah, let's get on to a couple more questions here. Please tell me about the Bluezilla Launchpad future. Well, right now, a lot of the Bluezilla Launchpads are down a ton. And the reason why they're down a ton is because every coin is down a ton. You just see this exponentially with, like, let's say MetaVPad, right? So let's take a look at MetaVPad. MetaVPad right now is like absolutely down 99%. That's crazy. Will this ever recover? Who knows, right? Like nobody knows for sure. But my point is like, look, the pre-sale price of this is still sitting at 6 times. Even as it's down 99%. So you have to understand what you're investing in these projects. And also when the price is down this much, getting into these pre-sales, you're probably not going to be able to get a ton of money unless they move the tiers up and they start making some other adjustments with the projects. But my point is like, look, the timing of this project in December was like the peak of the bull market. So of course the chart's just going to go straight down. And also, if you look at the market cap, it's like $1 million market cap. Like, this is insanely tiny, insanely risky. So the Bluezilla projects, while they can make you insane gains, are also insanely risky. So as long as you understand the risk reward, like, to me, it's just, you gotta educate yourself, right? So if you want high risk, be prepared, or if you want high rewards, be prepared for high risk, right? So, yeah. Let's see. Hey, Joe, my fiance and I follow you on IG and TikTok. Do you think it's likely that QMall or CXPad will bounce back? Think about buying more, LOL. Well, thanks, John, again for the follows, and also thanks again for the question. I mean, in the short term, it's gonna take time. I actually have decent conviction with QMall. So if you take a look at the chart of QMall, the reason why is because people are actually using this. And, again, this is a tiny market cap. So, like, it's QMall and CXPad, again, are these micro cap crypto coins. So the micro caps typically don't go until after Bitcoin and the rest of the market is bullish. So if you're betting on a micro cap now at this time, it's insanely risky, okay? Well, actually, part of me thinks that, like, yes, it's riskier for sure because it could just continue to keep trending down, but also that's where, like, the gains are made too if the market ever does turn around. So the problem is that people put their life savings, unfortunately, into these microcaps, and then a lot of them just don't end up making it. That's the problem, right? If you're going to play the microcap game, which we play here on this channel, it's high risk, high reward, but you shouldn't, like, if you had $1,000 to work with, you shouldn't put 500 into QMall and 500 into CXPad, crossing your fingers, hoping to make millions, right? Like, you need to slowly move in and out of these cryptocurrency coins or time them greatly, because the timing is everything with the microcaps, okay? So that's what I really want to share with you all. I got 20x my investment with moves. Yeah, exactly, right? So again, thank you, Antonio, for sharing this. Like, this is the truth, right? Like, you can get these gains if you know how to play it. And again, my online class teaches you this. This to me is the game of crypto that everyone's missing. They're trying to time tops and bottoms with Bitcoin. They're trying to figure out, is this the bottom and all that stuff. And while it's important to know that overall, if you're a long-term like hodler, but what's more important is, like, wouldn't you rather just, have some really ridiculous gains? And if this gets cut in half, it's whatever, because you literally, like, were one of the first ones in and you have a bunch of free moon bags. That's the game that I'm teaching people to play here with my online class. And no one's teaching this. I'm telling you, no one is teaching this, because everyone's just like worried about all the other cryptocurrency coins, or now you have all the Bitcoin maximalists coming out, right? All the maxis are going, oh, if you just would have bought Bitcoin, right? All the other altcoins are garbage. That's what the Bitcoin maxis are saying. See, all your altcoins are getting wrecked now. Well, it's like, yeah, but like you would have gained so much more Bitcoin had you have bought altcoins when everything was going crazy. And if you can get into pre-sales and the right pre-sales, this is where you can just multiply your money like nuts. So again, like, I see both sides of the coin here, and there's a bull market and a bear market. There's a yin and a yang to everything in life. And if you can time this stuff correctly and recognize when we're in a bear market versus when we're in a bull market, and when we're in a bear market, now's the time to learn, to educate yourself. And I appreciate everybody being here, because this is sincerely the time that this is the most important time. You're here on a Friday, and yeah, if you want free stuff, and you're like, I don't want to spend the money on the class, that's totally fine. Watch the free training, and watch the student testimonials. We had people win a car last year. We had somebody make $1 million in crypto using the exact strategies. We had all of that. So let's get to one or two more questions, and then we will end the stream here. BSC pad or ADA pad? I mean, personally, I'd probably lean towards BSC pad. It's a little bit more proven, and I don't think the BSC chain is going anywhere anytime soon. That's just if I were to have to choose one, right? But understand both of those are very, very risky. Rick says people are also so fixated on the bottom. Right now is the time. Just DCA over the next year or so. You'll be set up great when the run happens. Exactly, right? Like, this is the thinking that we have to focus on. Right? We got to focus on, like, look, just you're not going to time the top perfectly. You're also not going to time the bottom perfectly. So if you look at Bitcoin, right? How many people timed the 65,000 and the 69,000 top? Like, very few. Like, look at that, 67, 69. Like, very few people timed this, right? And I was sharing back on my channel, if we go look, my videos, all the way back here. I didn't time things perfectly, but I did make a video right here 2 months ago saying why I sold all of my Bitcoin. Not clickbait. Not clickbait. Okay, I legitimately said, look, I'm selling all my Bitcoin right now. I think there's better opportunities in altcoins, and this is what I'm doing. And I even made a post on Instagram about this right here. So again, this is why it's so I said 1 month ago I sold all of my Bitcoin. This was 2 months ago now. Okay, so a big shout out. Thanks to everyone for liking the post. We got like over 1,200 likes on this. So thank you so much for, again, the support on Instagram and all that stuff. This is my only official account. Okay, at Joe Parys. All my socials are at Joe Parys. It should be right above as well. You should see all my social medias there. And yeah, my point is, like, look, if you're not going to time the tops and the bottoms perfectly, if it looks like we're nearing a bottom, right? And again, it's not loading here on CoinGecko, but if it looks like we're nearing a bottom, even if we go a little bit lower, but we're nearing the bottom, right? And this eventually goes all the way back to, let's say, 100,000 in the next year or two. Wouldn't you have been really happy that you took the chance and bought today? Not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy. I'm just saying, right? Like, we have a lot of people going against the grain right now, and these are the people when it looks the worst, right? When the fear is the highest, when all the fear is down here for a very long time, these are typically, again, no one knows for sure, typically the best buying opportunities of your lifetime. So again, I'm just being honest with what I'm seeing. I'm being honest with what everything else is going on. And again, thank you to everyone who has been here for the next few days. And again, we've got people saying Shiba is dead. You know, why are they selling the bottom? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what's indicating to me that we're actually nearing a bottom, or we're at it, because everyone is so overly bearish now, and that's the truth. So thank you again. Let's smash up the like button one more time. Can we get on stream to 300 likes? I would sincerely appreciate that. Almost about 500 of you watching. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell, because these live streams can happen anytime, anywhere. This market moves very, very quickly. Thank you again, everyone, for being here today. More coming in the near future. We're going to have some short videos coming, more live streams, more stuff. Let me know in the comments, and I will see everyone in the next live and in our next videos. Thank you again, and smash up that like button one more time. Let's get to 300. I'll see you in our next videos.